Morning from the French Alps. Welcome to episode 2 of the Marmotte Diaries. So since the last episode, I've had a couple of days off the bike with work commitments. So today I had an early start, very early start for me. I was at the house at 7:15 and I'm already 50 k's in, 2 hours, 15 minutes, and I'm about halfway up the Col du Galibier. So today I'm going to talk about gearing, but for me it's all about testing the legs. I'm slightly above Marmotte power at the minute, so I've averaged 252 watts up to this point. I think I'm going to back off a bit as we get towards the top. At the moment I think my target watts for the Glandon is about 240, 245. So I didn't choose the background music here, but we've got the mountain bikers coming up from Léger. So I'm just going to descend down into Morzine. The Jouplan on this side is actually called the Col du Galibier, but everybody knows it as the Morzine side of the Jouplan. If you want to see a video of the full descent down into Morzine, which is irregular on the Critérium Dauphiné and Tour de France, click up in the corner here somewhere, probably that corner, and you can see where it's also the descent where Sean Kelly reckons he got up to 100 miles an hour, not kilometres, 100 miles an hour somewhere on this descent. I think personally it's impossible, but you can have a look, see what you think. See you at the bottom. I always feel better on the second climb for some reason. So just talking about gearing, so I was cycling in the late 80s, 52, 42, straight through block, 13, 18. Then I discovered beer and going out, and it wasn't until we moved out here in 2007 that I bought a new bike, and it had this thing called a compact chain set on it, 50-34, and I think it was 11 or 12, 28. Anyway, little did I know how things had changed. First time I went up the Columbia, God, I suffered, but I wasn't fit at the time. I was just getting back into cycling. So things have evolved. I've tried various things. One of my favourites was the compact 50-34 with a 12-32 at the rear. I went for the 50-12 option because I kind of had this theory that it was too scary to pedal anyway when you were using your 50-12, because you were usually flying down a mountain. But then I had a discovery of the semi-compact. So now I'm on 52-36, 11-34 on an Ultegra set. But regardless of how low your gearing is on the Marmotte, you'll always wish you had a lower one. Any questions about gearing, drop them in the comments below. So I'm over halfway up the Encre now, 20 minutes into the climb. Had something to eat in Morzine, so feeling a bit stronger, averaging 260 watts at the minute. So what clothing are you going to take with you on the Marmotte? I mean, when it's normally held in July, chances are it's stinking hot. So that's an easy decision to make. You probably just take a gilet with you for the descent of the Glandon maybe. I suppose it's one extreme to the other. If it's baking hot, you know what to do. If it's chucking it down with rain, you know what to do. If it's somewhere in the middle, difficult call. My current thinking is I take a slightly bigger saddlebag for the September edition, then I can cover all eventualities. Take some arm warmers, maybe even some long finger gloves, definitely a jacket. 1k to go, last big climb, Marmotte's ahead. So that's mission accomplished for this ride. It's nearly 8 hours in the saddle, 160 k's of riding, and just over 4,000 meters of climbing. Thankfully the wind's behind me on this last leg home. So next time on the Marmotte Diaries, we'll be looking at water stops and also how you can break the Col du Glandon down into 3 sections so it doesn't play with your mind too much. So thanks for watching the Marmotte Diaries. Any questions, drop them in below. We'll see you next time.